Hello Delaware. As the last leaves of autumn drift to the ground and the air turns crisp, it's time to turn our attention to the season ahead. Winter is just around the corner, and many of us are wondering what kind of weather we'll be facing this year. As autumn settles in, let's look ahead to what winter has in store. The transition from fall to winter in Delaware is always a time of anticipation. Will we see heavy snow, or will the season be more forgiving? Early forecasts from NOAA and AccuWeather agree. Delaware is likely facing a milder winter than usual. Meteorologists are pointing to weather patterns like El Niño, which often bring warmer and drier conditions to our region. This means fewer deep freezes and less disruptive snowfall. Good news for anyone dreading icy commutes or endless shoveling. Roads may be safer and travel plans less likely to be interrupted by winter storms. A mild winter could bring lower heating bills and more chances to enjoy the outdoors. Imagine taking a brisk walk in the park or letting the kids play outside without worrying about bitter cold or heavy snowdrifts. But remember, mild doesn't mean snow-free. Delaware's weather is famously unpredictable. Even in a gentle winter, we can still see sudden changes. One day it's sunny, the next a surprise dusting of snow. We'll still see cold days, frosty nights, and the occasional winter storm. There will be mornings when you'll need to scrape ice off your windshield, and evenings perfect for a cup of hot cocoa by the fire. The difference? These events should be less frequent and less intense than in harsher years. Instead of back-to-back snowstorms, we might get a few lighter snowfalls that melt away quickly, making winter a bit easier to manage. So, while we can breathe a little easier, it's still wise to stay prepared for sudden changes. Keep your emergency kits handy, and don't pack away your snow shovel just yet. Delaware's weather can always surprise us. A gentler season is likely, but winter always brings surprises. From unexpected cold snaps to a rare heavy snowfall, it pays to stay alert and flexible. Stay alert, stay ready, and you'll navigate the season comfortably. Check the forecast regularly, dress in layers, and make sure your home is winter ready. Let's dive into what a mild winter really means for us. It's a chance to enjoy the beauty of the season without the stress of severe storms and to make the most of Delaware's great outdoors. Here's what you can expect in the months ahead. Let's get ready for a winter that's gentle, but still full of possibilities. So, what does a mild winter actually mean for Delawareans? Expect overall temperatures to be a few degrees above average, less bone-chilling cold, fewer long cold snaps. This can mean lower heating costs and more comfortable days outside. Precipitation will likely shift from heavy snow to more rain or wintry mixes, especially in southern Delaware. Fewer snow days may disappoint some, but safer roads and easier commutes are a big plus. Remember, mild is relative. There will still be freezing nights and icy patches. You'll still need your winter gear, but the season's extremes should be the exception, not the rule. The forecast points to moderation, not the absence of winter. So, keep your gloves handy, but expect a less severe season overall. Let's take a closer look at what this means for temperatures and snowfall. Here's how it could play out. Let's break down the forecast for Delaware this winter. What can you really expect when you step outside? The big story is warmer temperatures and less snow than usual, but there's a lot more to it than just that. This season is shaping up to be quite different from the classic winters you might remember, with a few surprises along the way. Instead of bundling up for freezing days, you'll likely find daytime highs hovering in the low 40s, rather than the mid-30s. That might not sound like a huge jump, but it makes a big difference in how the season feels. You'll see more people out in lighter jackets, and parks that are usually quiet in winter might be a bit busier. With these warmer days, precipitation is more likely to fall as rain instead of snow. When snow does fall, it won't stick around for long, melting quickly on sidewalks and roads. This means fewer picturesque snowy scenes, but also less hassle when it comes to clearing driveways and sidewalks. The ground itself may not freeze as deeply, which is actually good news for infrastructure. Think fewer potholes and less damage to pipes. It's also a bonus for anyone who enjoys outdoor activities, since parks and trails will be more accessible and less icy. Major snowstorms will be rare this year. Instead, expect just a handful of nuisance events, quick bursts of snow or rain-snow mixes that might briefly coat the ground but won't cause major disruptions. You might see a few flurries, but they'll be gone almost as soon as they arrive. Typically, northern Delaware gets more snow than the southern part of the state, but this year, both regions are expected to see below-average snowfall totals. Whether you're up north or down south, you'll notice the difference. less shoveling, fewer snowdrifts, and more bare ground. For some, especially kids hoping for snow days, this might be a bit of a letdown. But for others, like commuters, parents, and anyone who prefers not to deal with winter's mess, it's a welcome change. The mood about the weather will be mixed, depending on who you ask. With less snow and ice, you can expect less shoveling, safer travel conditions, and fewer slips and falls on icy sidewalks. Roads will be clearer, and getting around town should be much easier for everyone, from drivers to pedestrians. The trade-off? There will be fewer classic winter wonderland scenes, but in exchange, you'll have more manageable, comfortable conditions for daily life. Outdoor enthusiasts might find more opportunities to get outside, even in the heart of winter. Everyone experiences winter a little differently. For families, seniors, and those who rely on safe sidewalks and roads, this milder season should make things easier. Whether you love snow or prefer to avoid it, this winter is shaping up to be more convenient for most Delawareans. So, as we look ahead, let's see how these changes will play out across Delaware's different regions, and what you can expect in your own neighborhood this winter. Delaware's winter isn't the same everywhere. Northern areas like Wilmington will still see colder temps and the occasional snow, but fewer big storms. The I-95 corridor may get more rain than snow, easing travel headaches. Down south, places like Dover and Rehoboth will feel more like an extended autumn. Cold snaps, but mostly rain or slush. Coastal communities benefit from fewer snow challenges, but everyone should watch for ice. Even a mild winter can bring surprises, so stay cautious, no matter where you live. Now, let's zoom out to see what's driving these trends. NOAA's national outlook shows a strong trend toward above-average temperatures across the eastern U.S. This is driven by climate patterns like El Niño, which keep the jet stream farther north and block Arctic air. As a result, we get more mild air and fewer deep freezes. Precipitation is expected to be average, but with warmer temps, more will fall as rain instead of snow. NOAA's maps aren't promises, but they give us a solid sense of the season's likely pattern. One big storm could still surprise us, but the dominant trend is milder, less snowy weather. Delaware is part of a larger regional shift this winter. Let's see what private forecasters are saying. AccuWeather's forecast agrees. Expect a mild winter, especially early on. Most storms will track north and west, bringing Delaware more rain than snow. A few brief cold snaps are possible if the polar vortex dips south, but these should be short-lived. The overall message: moderation, not extremes. Both NOAA and AccuWeather see a gentler season ahead, with fewer disruptive snow events. Stay prepared for the occasional surprise, but expect fewer shovels and more umbrellas. Now, let's talk about staying informed as the season unfolds. For day-to-day planning, rely on trusted weather sources. The National Weather Service offers up-to-date local forecasts at weather.gov. Apps like the Weather Channel and AccuWeather provide real-time radar and alerts. Local TV meteorologists know Delaware's unique patterns and offer valuable context. Social media can be helpful. Just stick to official accounts for accurate updates. Push notifications and live updates keep you ahead of sudden changes. Avoid rumors and unverified forecasts, especially during storms. Staying informed is your best defense against winter's surprises. Statewide forecasts are helpful, but your local weather can be very different. Microclimates, like higher elevations or proximity to water, can mean rain in one neighborhood and ice in another. Use apps and websites that let you enter your exact address for hyper-local forecasts. This helps you plan commutes, check on neighbors, and make the most of milder days. Knowing your area's quirks makes you a smarter, safer winter traveler. Combine local knowledge with trusted forecasts for the best results. Let's wrap up with some smart winter readiness tips. Even if the forecast calls for a mild winter, being prepared is always the smartest move. Delaware winters can be unpredictable, and a little planning now can save you a lot of trouble later. Whether you're a longtime resident or new to the area, taking a few simple steps can help you and your family stay safe, warm, and comfortable all season long. Start by giving your home a quick winter checkup. Make sure your heating system is working efficiently. Schedule a professional inspection if you haven't already. Clean out your gutters to prevent ice dams and water damage. Stock up on essentials like flashlights, batteries, and non-perishable food, just in case you're stuck inside during a storm or power outage. Don't forget to check your smoke and carbon monoxide detectors too. Your car needs attention as well. Check your tires for proper tread and pressure, and make sure your battery is in good shape. Cold weather can drain it quickly. Replace worn windshield wipers and top off your washer fluid with a winter formula. Keep an emergency kit in your trunk with blankets, an ice scraper, a flashlight, snacks, and bottled water. It's also smart to keep a small shovel and some sand or kitty litter for traction if you get stuck. This year the biggest threat may not be heavy snow, but rather icy conditions. Ice can make sidewalks, driveways, and roads treacherous, even if there's barely any snow on the ground. Make sure you have salt or ice melt on hand, and spread it before storms to prevent dangerous buildup. Remember, a little preparation goes a long way in keeping your home and neighborhood safe. When you head outside, wear shoes or boots with good traction to avoid slips and falls. If you need to drive, take it slow and leave extra space between you and other vehicles. Black ice can be hard to spot, so always be cautious, especially in the early morning or after sunset when temperatures drop. Even with a mild forecast, it only takes one winter storm or a bout of freezing rain to cause major disruptions. Power outages, icy roads, and school closures can happen with little warning. That's why it's important to stay ready for anything, no matter what the weather report says. Make it a habit to check local weather updates every day, use a reliable weather app, tune into local news, or sign up for emergency alerts. Conditions can change quickly, and staying informed will help you make smart decisions about travel, school, and work. The good news is that a milder winter often means lower heating bills and easier travel. You might spend less time shoveling and more time enjoying the outdoors, but remember, safety should always come first. Don't let your guard down just because the weather seems calm. The key is to prepare, not panic. Take a little time now to get ready, and you'll be able to relax and enjoy the best parts of winter in Delaware. Whether it's a snow day with the kids or a peaceful walk in the crisp air, you'll have peace of mind knowing you're ready for whatever comes your way. So bundle up, stay safe, and make the most of the season. Winter in Delaware can be beautiful and manageable when you're prepared. Thanks for joining us for these winter readiness tips. Here's to a comfortable, safe, and enjoyable winter for you and your loved ones. See you next time.